A snake slithered from underneath our car, across our campsite, between the two tents and our table, and went into a pile of rocks on the other side. And luckily, we had our phone with us, so we were able to capture it on video. Hey guys, welcome back to 4X Life. In the last episode, we camped at a dried up lake bed deep in the Nafud desert. Now, we're heading to some rock towers in another part of the Nafud desert. At certain places along the side of the road, there are water tanks kept for whoever needs to use them. We took this opportunity to freshen up and get some much needed relief from the hot afternoon sun. This desert trail extended parallel to the rock structures. To get them, we had to take a detour that was somewhere along this trail. My dad was sitting in the back for a while and wasn't paying attention to the navigation, so we weren't sure if we had already passed the detour or if it was still ahead of us. We decided to turn around and check. Unfortunately, we weren't able to find our detour, so we decided to take a smaller trail that headed toward the rock structures. After a lot of off-roading through the rocks and sand, we finally reached our rock towers.
Nice place.
Now we are in another part of the Nafud desert. We're going to be camping in this area today, but we reached it quite early. It's around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so it is quite hot. Luckily, we were able to find a large tower mountain thing that giving us enough shade for us to rest for the afternoon. And at sunset, we're going to just roam the area. There are a ton of rock structures here, so perhaps if we're lucky and the sky is clear, we're going to take some Milky Way shots. And the towers here are very beautiful and very unique. As soon as the sun started getting low, we decided to go around and explore the area. We headed towards a second cluster of rock towers that was some distance away. It is getting close to sunset, so this is the perfect time to just go around and explore the area. We were climbing a little sand dune so that you get a better view of the sunset and the surrounding towers. And because it is very soft sand, like it rained here, so it should be harder, but it is very soft. We got stuck, so since we can just go backwards down the dune, it's not going to be a problem. But we're not going to get that amazing view that we wanted. We came across a climbable mountain so we decided to enjoy the view from up there. So we explored all the rock towers in this area and we finished setting up our camp. Right now we're just relaxing and enjoying the sunset. It is pretty cloudy, so from the sunset point of view, it's nice, but we might not get a good night sky view tonight, so hopefully it clears up before then. Aside from that, it's pretty good weather. There is a slight breeze, nothing too much, and it's not hot or cold right now. So, as you just saw, a snake slithered from underneath our car, across our campsite, between the two tents and our table, and went into a pile of rocks on the other side. And luckily, we had our phone with us, so we were able to capture it on video. So, usually, these are the most dangerous things when you go camping: snakes and scorpions. And they too can be avoided with proper care. You should just make sure of three things. You should always wear shoes, always look where you're stepping, and always make sure there's enough light for you to view your surroundings. Based on our experiences, whenever there's more greenery in an area, there are going to be more insects and a higher risk of snakes, scorpions, and spiders. We talked about all of this more in detail in another video on how to go camping in Saudi Arabia. In that video, we also talked about how to choose a good camping spot while keeping these things in mind. And we also talked about some important safety tips. So make sure you check that out. So we have wound up our camp and we are about to leave. This was a pretty good camping spot and there was an excellent Milky Way yesterday night. Aside from that, we were pretty lucky to have tons of wildlife encounter. There was the snake, the lizard, as well as the camel spider we saw right now. And aside from that, there are a ton of birds who are just singing a lot. So it was pretty fun trip. I hope you enjoyed, and if you aren't already, I would appreciate it if you subscribe. We're coming back from the rock towers and we joined this desert track, and suddenly an absolutely huge, like this big lizard, what they call a Dubb in Arabic, It crossed the track and it went into the desert. You can see its tracks. I tried to capture it on video, but it quickly went into its home. I will show you the home, but you can also see its tracks. They're very clear, and you can see how big it was, the size. So it came over here. Its home is underneath that rock. Come here, I'll show you a closer look at it. So it seems like it lives somewhere down there.